They say to not count out the fat lady. No, that's not how it goes. They say it's not over until the fat lady sings. That's what it is. Okay, sorry, I'm terrible at analogies. Well, with that saying, it's not over until the fat lady sings, I think it kind of applies to NFL teams. You get going in the NFL season, you're excited about how your team will do, i.e. about my Vikings, until today's loss, which, we'll cover later on in the week, fire everybody. But I feel like that saying of it's not over until the fat lady sings applies to NFL teams, because as the season progresses, as we go through games, as teams come together and find a way to win games, it's not over. It's absolutely not over, and it is absolutely not over for the Washington football team right now, who have won 4 straight and currently find themselves in the NFC playoff race. Now, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season that the Washington football team would be this down, this low necessarily on the NFC playoffs, I wouldn't have necessarily agreed with you. But, even though they have minorly unperformed, I think that this team, not even minorly, I think this team has enough talent to honestly go all the way. I think that's how talented they are. I think some people have their reservations about Taylor Heinicke, which is understandable. I have my questions at times too. But I think if you look around the entirety of this team in terms of talent, I think they have more than enough to be able to take that next step. And I think Ron Rivera really has this team going in a positive direction, currently sitting at 6-6, and again, have won 4 straight and find themselves in the NFC playoff race. I mean, if the playoffs started today, they clearly deserve to be in the playoffs more than teams like the Vikings, in my mind, and a plethora of other teams. And I think this team, they're getting hot at the exact right time. This is when you want, we all hear it all the time, this is when you want to get your things together and start hitting your stride. And that's exactly what WFT is doing. Now, I will also say that, Taylor Heinicke, I don't know if he's going to be the guy that brings them to the next level, but I think he's good enough to at least get him in the conversation. Currently has completed 67% of his passes on the season, 244 out of 363 for over 2,600 passing yards, including 16 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Again, not great numbers, but good enough to get the job done. Also, Antonio Gibson has over 700 rushing yards on 183 carries this year and 5 touchdowns. And then also Taylor Heinicke has added a rushing touchdown as well. I believe they did it all. They won this latest game against the Las Vegas Raiders without J.D. McKissic, which is very impressive from what I had seen. So, I think overall, when you look at this team, they are talented on all sides of the football. Obviously, Antonio Gibson's there, J.D. McKissic. I think that could be also, by the way, that could be one of the greater running back duos in the entire NFL. Doesn't get a lot of love in my mind, and it should. It absolutely should. But then you look at, obviously they also got Logan Thomas back today, who caught, 3 passes for 48 yards and a touchdown. That's huge. That's huge. I felt like he was such a big candidate to break out last year, and he did. And this year he has been severely missed by the Washington football team, and to get him back I think is absolutely huge, and I think it just gets them in the right spot moving forward. Now, the last 4 games that the Washington football team have won, I think, there's some teams in there that you kind of look at, you're like, yeah, but no, this is an impressive stretch that that Washington has gone on. They beat the Bucks, 29-19. The week after that, they beat the Carolina Panthers 27-21. The week after that, they beat them 17-15, the Seahawks, that is, and then they beat the Raiders today 17-15 as well. Kind of funny if you ask me, but both scores were 17-15. But it's even more impressive to me as how this team, I think before the season started, all 4 of those teams were at least in playoff contention, or everybody was thinking that those were playoff teams. And right now, obviously the Bucs are a playoff team. The Panthers are still in the conversation, as well as, the Seahawks are. It's been a little rough, but I mean, they still have Russell Wilson. You never know. And then the Raiders are obviously still in the race in the AFC there as well. So it's not just like they haven't beat the Lions 4 times. Well, I can't even say that because the Lions just beat the Vikings today. It's not like they're beating the Vikings all 4 weeks in a row. They are absolutely taking care of business, and I think it's against solid teams, it deserves a lot of respect. So, but more back on the victory today. Antonio Gibson also caught 5 passes for 23 yards and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin had 3 catches for 22 yards, and he's had a big year as well for the Washington football team, has over almost nearly 800 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns on 58 catches. J.D. McKissic is second. That's right, second on the team with 43 catches for 397 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, again, and I also think a big thing of this too was, in my mind, was who on this defense is going to step up. But I think that you're seeing some good things. Jonathan Allen had half a sack today. Matt Idis. I don't know how to say his name. I never know. He had a sack as well as James Smith-Williams. That's right. So I think this defense is kind of coming together at the right time, and they are putting things together just like the rest of the team. And I think if both of these units can work in cohesion, this could be a dangerous football team, especially currently winning 4 straight. They look great on pretty much all phases. Is there things to clean up? Yes, but for every NFL team has things to clean up. But right now, the Washington football team is making some noise. They are absolutely taking care of business right now. So, all eyes are definitely on Washington as the season moves on and moves forward because, hey, we just said it. They're making some noise. But let's know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Check out our website at thesportsbreedpodcast.com. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So also give us a like and a follow there. We'd greatly appreciate it. Also give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And then finally, if you would have anything else that you would like us to cover, make sure you send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or you can put it in the comment section down below and we'd be glad to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about Washington. I mean, they're putting it together.